pity him. Pity him and what he stands for, what he represents, what he is, what he's done. And I pity the beating that he's going to have to endure on April 26th. I did what I needed to do. I embarrassed a drug cheat, which is what is needed in this sport. We can't let these people, not be accountable for their actions. We can't let them cheat, get caught cheating, and then act like it's okay and I'm cleared and I can't say why, but no. If you get caught with drugs in your system, especially in a fight against them.
Chris Eubank Jr. is on a mission as he gears up for his highly anticipated clash with Conor Benn, and he's making sure the world knows this isn't just another fight. It's personal. Eubank isn't just looking to win. He wants to dismantle Benn on every level. Their history runs deep, and the last time they crossed paths, Eubank didn't just defeat Benn, he exposed him. The controversy surrounding Benn's past doping scandal has been a hot topic, and Eubank isn't shying away from calling it out. He firmly believes there's no room for dishonesty in boxing and is determined to make an example out of Benn. According to Eubank, when performance-enhancing substances enter the equation, the consequences go beyond just a suspension, they tarnish a fighter's integrity. His message is clear. In this sport, cheating doesn't go unnoticed, and there's always a price to pay. For Eubank, this fight represents more than just a victory. It's a statement about fairness, respect, and the true essence of competition. As the countdown to fight night begins, one thing is certain: Eubank is bringing everything he has, and he's ready to prove that in boxing, integrity reigns supreme.
Because that's too powerful of a word. Extreme dislike. I don't know how that's going to affect my performance, how it's going to affect my training. Maybe it'll be better, maybe it'll be worse. We're going to find.
Chris Eubank Jr. may not say it outright, but his disdain for Conor Benn is impossible to ignore. He's holding nothing back, and his deep-seated rivalry with Benn is set to play a crucial role in this fight. The real question is, will this personal grudge sharpen Eubank's focus, making him an even more dangerous opponent? Or will it cloud his judgment, pushing him toward reckless mistakes that could cost him the victory? One thing is certain. This fight isn't just about titles or rankings. For Eubank, it's years of frustration and resentment boiling over into one explosive showdown. Having been vocal about his stance against doping in the sport, he sees this as more than just a fight, it's a battle for integrity. But will Eubank's determination to expose Benn fuel a flawless performance? Or will his emotions get the best of him? The tension is undeniable, and the outcome remains one of the most intriguing questions leading into fight night. Will he rise above the storm, or will this personal vendetta prove to be his undoing?
A lot smarter than you.
What does it mean?
You have the IQ of a 5-year-old child.
Does that mean that the drugs weren't in your system?
I've been cleared. Done.
There you go.
That's it. Go on. No, you keep going on, but I've been cleared.
The entire public wants to know why
that's the truth.
There were performance-enhancing drugs in your system, and all you and Eddie can come up with
do your research.
After 2.5 years
do your research.
Chris Eubank Jr. isn't holding back when it comes to Conor Benn and the lingering controversy over his failed drug tests. He's made it clear being cleared by officials doesn't change the fact that banned substances were found in Benn's system. Eubank sees Benn's defense as nothing more than a weak attempt to protect his reputation, questioning how a ruling can erase the reality of what happened. Dismissing Benn's repeated justifications as mere excuses, Eubank insists that the public deserves real transparency, not carefully crafted explanations. And here's the kicker: just because Benn has been legally cleared doesn't mean the stigma of a positive test vanishes. Eubank's frustration is evident. He refuses to let this issue slide, and continues to challenge Benn's credibility at every turn.
By people who are a lot smarter than you, Chris.
Listen, I'm sure they are. I'm a fighter.
Oh, well, exactly.
I'm not an academic.
Well, that's
but one thing I do know is you are a judge.
What I do know is you're an idiot.
There's no way around
fight because you owe someone some.
The war of words between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. has reached a boiling point, with neither fighter willing to back down. The tension is undeniable, and the build-up to their clash feels just as intense as the fight itself. Benn, in an attempt to shift the focus, has insisted that the controversy surrounding him was handled by those with greater authority, seemingly brushing off responsibility. But Eubank isn't buying it. He's been relentless in calling out Benn, dismissing his excuses and branding him as someone unwilling to own up to his actions. This isn't just a heated exchange, it's a battle of egos, a struggle for dominance before they even step into the ring. With every interview, every confrontation, the animosity between them grows stronger. Will this war of words fuel their performances on fight night, or will it prove to be a distraction? One thing is certain, this rivalry is already shaping up to be one for the history books.
Conor Benn's a better fighter. That's it.
Does that make it a complete 50-50 in your mind?
In my opinion, complete 50-50. I don't think Chris Eubank will be able to hold up to what Conor Benn will do in the first 3 or 4 rounds of the fight. If he does, I think he's a big problem in the fight because
Eddie Hearn has shaken up the conversation surrounding the highly anticipated Eubank versus Benn showdown with a bold prediction. While many believe Eubank's size and experience give him the clear advantage, Hearn argues that Benn's technical skill and relentless aggression could be the real game changer. Labeling the fight as a razor-close 50-50 battle, Hearn points out a crucial factor: Eubank's physical edge won't mean much if he can't withstand Benn's relentless pressure in the opening rounds. The key question now is whether Eubank can weather the early storm. If he manages to hold his ground, he could take control as the fight progresses. But if he buckles under Benn's fast-paced assault, it could be over before it even begins. This fight isn't just about strength, it's about survival. Will Eubank's durability be enough to handle the heat? Or will Benn's precision dismantle him before he finds his rhythm? The tension is at an all-time high, and the stakes couldn't be greater.
How are we feeling about smashing this geezer to pieces April 20th?
Let's hear it. Did I tell you something now? I can't wait.
I can't wait. I look at you, I look at Nigel. I look at Nigel wants to get in the ring and have a tear up.
You know what? Listen, Chris can say what he wants. The bottom line is, his dad don't even like him. You could not pay that man enough money to sit in this man's corner. Now that's an accomplishment.
Eddie Hearn turned up the heat at the press conference, adding even more fuel to the already fiery rivalry between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. His remarks were anything but diplomatic, taking direct shots not just at Eubank Jr., but also at the family dynamics with his legendary father, Nigel. With a smirk, Hearn made a shocking claim that Nigel Eubank isn't even fully behind his son, hinting that no amount of money could change that. What started as a battle between two fighters has now taken a deeply personal turn, with family tensions being dragged into the spotlight. This wasn't just a playful jab, it was a calculated strike aimed at exposing the cracks within Team Eubank. The gloves are officially off. With every exchange, the rivalry escalates beyond the ring, transforming into a war of pride, legacy, and personal stakes. This fight is no longer just about victory, it's about proving who truly stands behind their name.
Seriously, that's all. Just look at his career. Every time he stepped up, he's fouled. Every time. Yeah, you face better oppositions, well done you, but this is the end of your career. This is the end. This is it for you. Wow. I'm 28. Wow. Do you know what I mean? You choose to fight a welterweight.
In a heated exchange, Conor Benn didn't hold back, making a bold declaration that Chris Eubank Jr.'s career was nearing its end. Speaking with unwavering confidence, Benn asserted that Eubank's days at the top were numbered and that this fight would be the final chapter in his legacy. But Benn didn't stop there, he took aim at Eubank's lack of progression, insisting that his opponent had already peaked and was now on a downward slope. He even ridiculed Eubank's move to fight a welterweight, calling it a desperate attempt to stay relevant. For Benn, this wasn't just about securing a victory, it was about proving a point, dismantling Eubank's reputation, and establishing himself as the new force to be reckoned with. As the war of words escalated, the stakes soared even higher, setting the stage for an explosive showdown where pride, legacy, and dominance were all on the line.
Actually, I mean, I am team Benn. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Guy had done that. It's a little bit disrespectful. I don't think Nigel had done it. I certainly don't think Conor would have done it. But I did find it quite amusing, if I'm not going to...
Ricky Hatton didn't shy away from sharing his thoughts on the heated exchange between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. while he's firmly in Benn's corner. Even Hatton had to admit that the antics at the press conference were borderline ridiculous. Though his loyalty lies with Benn, Hatton couldn't help but find the back and forth amusing, yet at the same time, he acknowledged that things may have gone a little too far. He emphasized that true professionals, including himself and even Ben, would typically steer clear of such theatrics. While entertaining, the confrontation only reinforced how deeply personal this rivalry has become. With emotions at a boiling point, Hatton's perspective adds another layer to the drama, intensifying the anticipation for fight night. The tension is undeniable, and the bad blood is very real, setting the stage for an explosive showdown that fans won't want to miss.